Mic check. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Motions to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept both of them.
And I'll second.
It's been moved in second, and we will begin with Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Love.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kesnowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
We'll have our invocation by Deputy Mayor Pro Tem.
All right, you can bow your heads. God, give us steady strength as we serve our community. When the choices are hard and the path isn't clear, guide our minds and calm our spirits. You know every path in every way, every outcome and every sway. Help us lead with courage and fairness and humility, dear God. We thank you for your protection every hour and every second. We ask that you protect our community, protect our council, Lord, and let every decision we make honor the people who have trusted us to serve them. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Texas flag. We will have a change order for the agenda. We have a recognition to give, and he has to go, so we want to make for sure we get him in there before he goes to a different one, so we're going to move that up.
This is the service award for Todd Johnson for 5 years of service with the City of Elgin. We'd like to thank you for your contributions in improving the quality of life for our citizens and our staff. You're an important part of the community. You can't take pictures. She's gonna take pictures.
Right.
We have 3 public hearings. The first one's a public hearing on an ordinance annexing a 38.570 acre tract of land here to describe territory to the city of Elgin, Bastrop, and Travis County, Texas, and extending the boundary limits of said city limits and granting to all the inhabitants of said property all the rights and privileges of other citizens and binding said inhabitants by all the acts, ordinances, resolutions, and regulations of said city, and adopting a service plan or agreement for providing a severability clause and providing an effective for a savings clause and repealing conflicting ordinances. Do we have anyone to speak on? Oh, one of them. Gina Gonzalez? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Council. My name is Gina Gonzalez. I live at the residence of 12007 Morrow Lane. Lydic was laid out on land donated by my great-grandfather in 1883. That was the start of one of Texas' oldest freedom colonies. Me standing here today is testament that that legacy is still continuing, along with the family legacy. After further research, I've come to know that the project for this annexation is developer-driven, not community-driven. Why annex this property and make negative impact on existing residents, farms, cattle ranches, heritage, and health? Why not use property within Elgin's ETJ? I've done research, and there are, in fact, bigger and more suitable parcels better suited for a wastewater treatment plant for Elgin for this annex. With larger buffer zones in current Elgin ETJ, residents who actually have access to wastewater treatment should be the ones to endure the environmental impact by choice. This annex is giving a decade-old freedom colony, farming colony, no choice but to endure health risks, soil contamination, waterway pollutions, and loss of cattle ranches, which is Lydic's backbone, helping provide rural charm that draws future residents into Elgin. There is absolutely no benefit whatsoever for Lydic in this situation, only a negative impact on our environment. Lydic residents cannot even vote in the city. We don't want to use waste-treated water filled with PFAS, chemicals, on our agriculture that has been sustained for the past 100 years, or on our wildlife or livestock. One accident, one unexpected weather condition can cause permanent damage to historic farmland, actually irreversible. Lydic Road is extremely rural and is most certainly not suitable for industrial traffic. I understand that this annexation is due to improve conditions within Elgin, but you're putting the environmental strain on Indigo River Ranch, the subdivision that lies next to this proposed annexation. County Line Road may be receiving upgrades, but when asked about Lydic Road, it falls in Travis County. And the most I can get them to do is come out and put a patch, which we all know that sometimes makes things worse. I've actually had an accident at the proposed discharge route of the wastewater treatment facility due to my car getting stuck in a flood. I see that the city of Elgin has cleared out that area, but I don't have confidence that that small tunnel will be able to fill flood conditions that have been pre-existing for the past 10 to 20 years on top of wastewater treatment discharge. At the end of the day, I'm just a citizen here, and I have so much respect for Elgin, but I will tell you this annexation for this wastewater treatment plant is putting all of us who have histories, trusts, hundreds of years we go back, you're putting us in a position where we have to deal with these types of things. Give it to, if you want to build this for Elgin, give it to people who actually use the wastewater treatment. We've never been offered that in our entire lives out there.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that the only one? Okay. Okay, it's 6:38, and that particular public hearing is closed. The next one is an ordinance amending the official zoning map of the city of Elgin, Texas, adopted in Chapter 46, Section 46.3, revised Code of Ordinances for the city of Elgin, 2013, and making this amendment a part in said zoning map, to wit, to rezone land from industrial, general industrial district to R2, single-family and duplex dwelling district located on parcels of land known by the Bastrop County Appraisal District as parcel 8701906 and parcel 8701923, Elgin City Block 21, alleyways through lots 4-9 on the southeast corner of East First and MLK Boulevard, being described in Exhibit A attached hereto. And do we have any? Okay, it's 6:39, and there are no comments on that one. We'll move on to public hearing 3 on an ordinance amending Chapter 46 zoning, Division 4, single-family duplex and zero lot line, two-family dwelling district, Section 46-303, area regulations, 2 side yard, revised Code of Ordinances, City of Elgin, Texas, 2013, and providing a saving clause and repealing conflicting ordinances or regulations. And I don't have anyone to speak on that. 6:39, and that public hearing is closed. We'll move on to our public comment. Speaker has 3 minutes to comment on items on the agenda or not on the agenda. You may not address anyone directly by name, staff members, council member, or the mayor. And you have 3 minutes to do that. And the first one we have is West Calais.
Good evening. My name is Wes Calais. I reside at 18304 Willow Sage Lane. I do not have enough time to sit here and go through all the details tonight. I'm merely here enough to try to attract enough attention from the people in front of me to look into the matters that I have spoke in depth with over the past week with Council Members Love, St. Pierre, Commander Krim, Elgin PD. Many of you don't know the reasons and the background of why I've had so many problems in this community. It started 7 days after I moved here. My truck was illegally, in my opinion and in the opinion of others, taken from me by Elgin Police Department. In front of me here, I finally, in the aftermath of people leaving office, resigning from their desk or whatever, I have finally obtained the reports and the paperwork that I have been trying to get for several years, 6 to be exact. In these papers right here, there is many, many mistakes, multiple mistakes, okay? I tried to discuss this with what is now our chief of police, Noble, the day after this situation, along with the former city manager. It got me absolutely nowhere. I could prove everything that I was saying. The truck was legally registered. The truck was insured. The truck was legally parked in front of my home, okay? It was towed 4 days after it was tagged. These reports show that. Here's the kicker. How can I call for service to your dispatch and ask for information about that tag, and it's documented through your police department 6 days prior to it being tagged. How can you sit there and say the truck is abandoned when the owner of the truck came out while it was being picked up and confronted a sergeant and another officer, only to get a truck tagged in my driveway on my property by the same officer that towed my vehicle? He registered it as abandoned. How is it abandoned when it's in front of my home? How is the longitude and the latitude of the reports different? How is the addresses different? How is it stating that there is no license plate, but there's a license plate on the report? There's so many screw-ups and so many problems here I've never been able to say about or talk about publicly because I didn't have the information to back it. It was my word against yours in the department. I'm sitting here shaking. I'm aggravated. I'm upset. Okay? I have went above and beyond to try to prove that there was crookedness in this town, and nobody would listen to me. Finally, people have. I'm hoping that the rest of you follow up on this. I'm asking for an agenda item on the next city council meeting to discuss this openly, publicly with you.
Your
Okay,
time
that
is
way we can make sure that the future, no other citizen gets stole from or taken from or put through the drama that I have. Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you. Next, we have Keith Simpson.
Mayor, Council, City Manager. My name is Keith Simpson, and I'm a Commissioner with Emergency Service District Number 3. And I'm here to report to you tonight that the ESD 3 met on November 14th, and we canvassed the results of the election. And I'd like to officially welcome the City of Elgin and its ETJ into the EMS district. I've also delivered some cards to the city secretary, and I think she's passed them out on the dais there. And that's your membership card into the PHI helicopter program that the ESD is currently paying for. And what this does is it provides helicopter service, and I've also given the city secretary a package of these cards, and so she's going to have them available at City Hall. And as a member of the ESD and a resident of Bastrop County, all residents have this benefit available to them. And so if you have to, God forbid, have an emergency that you need to be flown into a hospital, there will be no out-of-pocket expenses for you. The PHI will take the rates that they get from your insurance, and you will have no out-of-pocket expense. So I'd like to officially welcome the City of Elgin and its ETJ into the ESD, and we look forward to the continued partnership that we'll have with the city, and we look forward to rolling our sleeves up and working hard to provide the best EMS system that we can in Bastrop County. Thank you.
Thank you. That ends our public comment. We have announcements.
Good evening.
Evening.
So I have a bunch of announcements to make for a very fun Thanksgiving week. We have tabletop turkeys on November 22nd at the Elgin Recreation Center, and that's for our youth. The Plant and Sip Terrarium Workshop on Thursday, November 20th at the Elgin Public Library. Family Movie Night Friday, November 21st at the Elgin Public Library. Grounding and Gratitude on Saturday, November 22nd at the Elgin Public Library. Shop Small Saturday, November 22nd, downtown Elgin. Primetimer Field Trip Friendsgiving on Monday, November 24th at Headlong Farms. And the Sensory Space Reveal on Saturday, December 6th here at the Public Library. Thank you.
Can you clarify the date on that first one? Because you said it was the 22nd, but you have listed the 19th.
Yeah, it's actually the 22nd.
Okay, just want clarification.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Want to city manager's report?
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you should have your Planning and Zoning Commission quarterly report. If you have any questions, please, I can entertain as much as possible from my end. If not, you also have your quarterly report for your Economic Development Corporation Board. Again, in your packet, you should, or you do have it in there, and again, I can answer any questions you may have in my position with the EDC. Number 3, discussion and appointment the committee for the distribution of community nonprofit support funding as included in the FY 25-26 annual operating budget. Ms. Sanford, if you'll come up.
Good evening, guys. So tonight we are picking our committee members for the nonprofits. All of the applications were due and they were turned in on, I believe it was November 7th, whatever last Friday was. We had 20 applications this year, which is fantastic. At your place, you each have one of these. But yeah, I'm ready to hear who's going to be on the committee. Mayor?
Okay, so normally we get volunteers on the council to do this. I won't be doing it this year. I'm gonna turn it over to my Deputy Mayor Pro Tem to be the lead, and you can choose, or whoever wants to help her. We normally do 3 to 4, so that there's a tie. Y'all can go back and forth and break or whatever, so whoever wants to volunteer to do that.
I'll volunteer.
I'll volunteer.
I did it last year.
I
So,
knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, we've done it before, so we're
I know.
gonna do.
I'm happy to help, but
Because normally we rotate,
Yeah.
but Listen's not here, so.
Oh, Listen's not here to, yeah.
We can put it.
Well, he should have been, no.
I mean, we can volunteer him,
Yeah, we can.
so.
We'll talk to him and see if that's okay, but we'll just say him.
Okay, so then
That way.
1, 2, 3, if Liston is a no, Rodriguez is next in line.
that's fine.
Okay, so I have Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Love, Councilmember Gibson, Councilmember St. Pierre, and maybe Councilmember Krim. Okay, I have your flash drives for the scoring for you tonight, so just come grab them.
At least it's only 236 this year.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Wonderful. All right. If, next item, if I continue? Mayor? Good, great. So next is discussion possible action on the status update regarding the minor change to the usage of the Circle Brewing Facility under a planned development district agreement with the city of Elgin. Bo Perry.
Yes, so as council will remember, originally with the Circle Brewery, y'all entered into a planned development district for a very specific use for that property. When that particular business folded, the Elgin ISD purchased the property. They didn't at the time have an intent of what they planned on using it for, but as part of that planned development district, they're supposed to update council with what that use would be. If you recall, they came back for a temporary use where they were going to convert some of the space into basically some offices, and they were using it for office space. There's been a lot of rumors of what they had planned on doing. They've officially come to the city and committed and submitted plans that they'll be converting the brewery into a CTE culinary, where kids will have the opportunity to learn in the arts of cooking and catering, and potentially host catering events out there, in addition to kind of converting the brewery area into a culinary school as an extension of the CTE program. So here tonight, just kind of updating you on what that use is, and any feedback that the council wants to provide, but they plan on moving forward with the work on that particular project, most likely right after the new year. They've submitted plans and getting final permits approved. And just to put in there, they're aware of the public trail. The school has put forces, and they are putting to maintain that trail system that goes around the perimeter of the property, all in all about 20 acres. And they do know that they have to allow public use of that trail system, and that they're responsible for maintaining it, and the school district's been fully on board with that and are aware of that being one of the conditions there.
Any questions on that?
Thank you.
We are gonna rename it, right? Not Circle Brewery anymore.
Elgin, I don't know a name. I don't want to go that far. Maybe Al.
It's going to be called the Homestead.
There we go. All right. Brewing company? Or,
Just the
Probably-
Homestead,
Oh, okay.
after the rich history
Just-
that's there.
All right, just clarify. Good call, good call. All right.
all right, go ahead.
Next item. Bring up the wording on this. Discussion, possible action, no.
Yeah. That is it, that's number 5.
Number 5, yeah, let me, sorry, backtrack, I was looking at something, apologize, guys. Right, discussion, possible action, authorization of the interim city manager to negotiate with the Elgin Chamber of Commerce for their contract renewal. Council, so what this item is asking is that you allow me to work with the Chamber of Commerce to come back December 2nd with, I envision this to have about 4 different proposals, a do nothing proposal, and 3 other variations of a proposal. All of that being considered still, while you see that come before you, you can still modify at that point so that we can get it ready for approval before December 31st. And that's all that would need to be done. I've already heard from the Chamber of Commerce themselves as to what their wants are. And so, again, including whatever parameters you can do that on the 2nd. Please visit with me also too, so that we can get any specific things that you'd like to see that to build the better contract. But in general terms, I think we can work on something together. And really, again, we're just trying to formalize something before that. I know it's been done differently. I've heard, but, and we will have them here December 2nd so that they would be able to sign that night without question. But the plan is to meet with them also to go back and forth on some scenarios, to have their approval with many different scenarios as such.
So we just need to have a motion to authorize our interim city manager to do that work, great work for us.
I make that motion.
And I'll second.
All right, and we'll begin with Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Love.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Motion carries. Go forth and do that.
Great.
Next we have
Notification, Pamela Sanders, Human Resources Director of the Completion of Texas Municipal Resources Certification Program. So this was a certification program through, as it states, that was completed and effective November 2nd, 2025. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal in the HR and the city world. And so I want to make sure that we recognize the good stuff that our staff does. And so I know there's a couple different hats being carried by Ms. Sanders. So I want to make sure that we stop and recognize not only, you know, staff that is completing milestones, but these different things that we set out and achieve in our different professions. So I'd like to go ahead and call up Ms. Sanders and give her plaque of recognition if I can.
No speech?
Next item, as I mentioned, we want to recognize employees for good things that they do and employees that stay with us. And so there's some employees that complete milestones. And so our HR director will be reading off some of those employees and some of their milestones. So take it away, Pam.
Do you two want to come up here and just stand?
We're going to do that. Sorry.
Okay, we'd like to take a moment to show appreciation and recognize our staff members for their commitment and dedicated service to the city and for the contributions that each of them make to improving the quality of life for our citizens. You are all an important part of our community, and we thank you for making a difference. First is Grace Perez with 5 years of service. Next is Yachty, and I can never say her last name, 10 years. Carol Jarman for 10 years of service. Charles Allawine for 10 years of service. Orlando Rodriguez for 10 years. Dodi Navejas for 15 years of service. George Villarreal for 20 years of service. Terry Fowler, 20 years of service.
Right, that's what it seemed like.
And last but not least, I don't see him, John Calhoun. Michael, you want to receive his award? 25 years of service.
Can we get a picture of all of them together, please?
Yes, of course. Mayor, sorry, one last one.
Sorry, Mayor.
Yes, the shorter people in the front, Pam.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, next. Next, we will have our consent agenda items. City Council regular meetings, October the 21st, 2025. Appointment of Jessa Bega to the Board of Adjustments. Special event application and fee waiver for Veterans Park rental, 100 block, and the police department's support from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on December 6th for the Chamber of Commerce Christmas Bazaar. Total of $1543.40. Special event application, sound ordinance waiver and fee waiver for the closure of alley at 20 North Main Street through Avenue C from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on December 5th, 2025 for a holiday Luna Market, $1,000. And number 5 is special event application, alcohol ordinance waiver, sound ordinance waiver, and fee waiver for street closure of West First Street between Avenue B and C from March 13th, 2026 to March 15th, 2026, and public works support on March 13th, 2026, and March 15th, 2026, and the police department support on March 14th, 2026 for the St. Patrick's Day Festival by Things Celtic at $1,740. Fee waiver for Veterans Park 100 block rental from November the 30th, 2025 to December the 28th, 2025 for the St. Peter's Lutheran Church Nativity, and that is $14,500. Do we have anything, any questions with the items on the consent agenda? Then I'm prepared for a motion.
So,
I'll second.
It's been moved in second. We'll begin with Councilmember Gibson.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kesnowski, yes.
Okay. Our new business now, going from our public hearings. We've already had, okay, an ordinance authorizing an increase in the employee contribution rate to the Texas Municipal Retirement System, TMRS, adoption of non-retroactive repeating cost of living adjustments, the COLAs for retirees and beneficiaries, and 3, authorization of annually accruing updated service credit USCS and transfer updated service credits. Ms. Sanders.
Hello again. Okay, so this is a new option that as of September 1st, 2025, that TMRS participating cities are allowed to take, and it is to increase our mandatory contribution from currently 7% to 8%. With TMRS, you can do 5, 6, 7, and now 8, and the city's always been at 7, which was the highest. It's a great recruitment and retention tool. We must adopt an ordinance in order to make this change, and it would be effective January 1st of 2026. So yes, there are dollars that are associated with it. This page should be in your packet that talks about what we currently are and what our options are with the retro and the non-retro. I have proposed that we adopt the non-retro. And what that means is that all cities right now are on the retroactive COLAs. The non-retro means instead of going back to cumulative of the first date of retirement and calculating CPI, it will only look back at the last 12 months. It's a lot cheaper, it's a lot simpler in the calculations. And the amortization schedule is over the course of 20 years. That's on that one. So you can see the dollar amounts, and I can't see with my glasses up at a distance. You can see what the current dollar is to what it would be if we go with option 2, which is the non-retro. If we go with option 1, which is the retro, you can see that that's a little bit higher. And it's not that we have to get there overnight. We would get there over the course of the next 20 years. I did poll staff to see who would be interested in going to the 8% because, of course, it is more money out of their paycheck. Out of 66 responses, 51 said yes, 15 said no. That's the question that I posed in my poll. This talks a little bit more about the retro and the non-retro. Again, it would go back 12 months if we do non-retro, or it goes back to cumulative if you do the current retro. If you do nothing tonight, we stay with the current retro, which from that first screen with the dollars, you can see that that costs a little bit more. With the city's COLA, we can choose 30, 50, or 70, and the city has adopted 70%. That was done back in the 80s. And so what that is 70% of the CPI is what calculates for the retiree's annuity, their COLAs for their annuity, I'm sorry. And your action tonight will dictate how future COLAs are calculated. I put a lot of stuff in here, so if you had questions. Comparison to other cities, I wanted you to see this. You can see that Bastrop doesn't recognize military service where we do. Maynard doesn't do any COLAs. And I think Taylor's a little bit less than us. I highlighted I circled the items that were different. And those are our surrounding cities. That's where we lose staff to. So we would be going above those and remaining competitive because we would have better retirement plans to offer to our applicants and our current employees. Retention is because we want to get them to 20 years. You are voting on 3 different actions tonight. It's all in one ordinance. You would be voting on to increase the employee contribution rate to 8% effective January 1st. You would authorize the non-retroactive repeating COLA for retirees and their beneficiaries under the TMRS Act. And you would reauthorize the annual accruing updated service and transfer credits under the TMRS Act. Questions?
Can I say one thing on cost, so we can be clear what this 1% increase from 7 to 8%, what it looks like, at least for this upcoming budget, because we are talking about January to September 30th. So the actual effect to our budget would be a total for the entire city, which includes general fund, utility fund, and EDC. If we want to talk general fund, it would be a total of $6,624.78. Utility fund is $1,468.08, and EDC is $246.20, for a total combined citywide expense of $8,339.07. Every single penny is precious, but what we're talking about is setting us up for success, I would say, for recruitment, retention, which we struggle with, right? And for the value of what we're doing. Plus, where we do have this match, a state level match, which is incredible, I would say.
We have a 2-to-1 match.
Right, so what we're saying is for an increase 2% to our employees match of an extra 1%, you're not gonna find anywhere else. Well, not at that rate for the 8%. So I watched one of the meeting when this was presented to you all. And so as I've come, did some of the math, talked to finance, and re-talked again today, I'm really comfortable with recommending this as a whole. Definitely too, wanting to make sure that, we don't have the retroactive COLA. We need to really be firm on that, and making sure that we select this. And as it stands with this option, the way we're going with option 2, it'll recognize all those pieces, because the retirement rate will be at that 14.9 instead of that 15.28 if you see option 1 and option 2. So because of those differences in retroactive COLAs or not. So it is recommended by us, by staff, and obviously the work that you've already done to get here. This is the final step in this process. But I wanted to give you the relative effect, and when we're talking about the budget size that we have and the relative size of what we're trying to do at this point. So I know every penny is precious, but we are talking for the whole city, $8,339.
I appreciate that. That's one of the questions I was gonna ask.
Yes, sir.
So that's a nominal fee for what the recommendation is.
Yes, sir.
The second question I have, Pam, if you can go back to your slide where you polled the staff, you said 66 staff members responded. What percentage of the total staff is that?
43%.
43%.
And the 66 that responded were all full-time staff.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that's a good part.
Comments?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. We'll put in with Councilmember Kaczynski.
Kesnowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes. Moving
Thank
on-
you.
Moving on to item number 2, resolution of the City Council of the City of Elgin, Texas, authorizing the reclassification of 1 part-time administrative assistant position to 1 full-time administrative assistant position within the Executives Division. That includes the offices of the city manager and the city secretary, providing for related matters and establishing an effective date. Same. Ma'am.
We currently have a part-time administrative assistant that's authorized for that position. With the need and the increase in several functions of that office, plus our current city secretary soon to be on maternity leave, we need to have somebody fully staffed throughout her leave and to keep up with the day-to-day functions of that department. So we are asking to change that part-time position to a full-time position. And Robert has the cost.
$28,000, that's full benefits, everything. We have enough to cover within this budget. But the need is there, and I can desperately tell you that, without a doubt, we do have Ms. Esmeralda, who is that full-time position. She's capable, and I would ask that you approve this, please.
Any questions? Motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. We'll begin with Councilmember St. Pierre.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kesnowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
Number 3 is an ordinance annexing the 38.570 acre tract of land hereunto described territory to the city of Elgin, Bastrop, and Travis County, Texas, and extending the boundary limits of said city so as to include and hereto describe property within the said city limits, and granting to all inhabitants of said property all the rights and privileges of their citizens, binding said inhabitants by all of the acts, ordinance, resolutions, and regulations of said city, and adopting a service plan or agreement, and granting permanent zoning from general industrial district, providing for a severability clause, and providing an effective date, providing for a savings clause, and repealing conflicting ordinances.
I'm here.
Oh, I was like, where'd it go?
I'm loaded up here. Evening, council, mayor, Mr. City Manager, Mayor Pro Tem. The ordinance, as you just read, described, is going to be annexing this portion of property and also redesignating the zoning use of it. You should be fairly familiar with the project as it is for now, but we're here tonight to answer any questions, if there is any outstanding questions, and present the item and recommend it for approval.
currently isn't contiguous.
It's not
Right.
contiguous.
So
There
it's,
you go. It's coming.
so it's dependent on additional annexations.
No.
Or, I'm sorry, not, well, Bo,
He
maybe
he's
you
gonna
can
tell
explain
you.
it.
I'll tell you. So, as city-owned property, you do not have to be contiguous in order to be in the city limits. And the rules did change some time ago, about the contiguous of properties being annexed into the city. It's now considered adjacent.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
I have another question real quick.
Oh, sure.
Well, there were some comments made. Can you address those quickly?
Which ones?
The negative comments?
So, there were some comments just about the historic. As council will be reminded, you guys did go through and do an environmental assessment on the full of the property. It was submitted per state guidelines as a municipal project. It did get submitted to Texas Historic Commission. There were no effective findings above ground. Texas Historic Commission asked for the city to go out there and do shovel testing across the property. That was recently completed and resubmitted as a report to the state. There were no findings on the shovel testing for the 38.7 acres. As far as anything on the constructability, buffer zones, noise, all of that, everything within the plant itself, the design has to be submitted into the state. It has to be approved by the state. Any work that's done at the outfall line has to also be congruent if it's within the U.S. Corps of Engineers, TCEQ requirements, and so it'll go through numerous review and approval processes in order to meet state requirements. As we've discussed before, City of Elgin, your current wastewater treatment plan is a 5521, which is a permit limits, which is among the strictest in the state of Texas already. The new plant is being designed to that 5521 because it's already one of the strictest permit parameters just because of the area that we live in per the state. So we're not looking to cut back from what you're currently meeting. We're already anticipating to go with, as far as treatability and the release of water and stuff, the most stringent that the state would generally provide for the city to meet.
So, Bo, do we know if the Historical Society or anybody has been, because she was talking about it being a freedom colony, has anybody even investigated that, or?
So that's very similar to what we kind of addressed with council before. Lydic, Texas is Freedom Colony is one of the first African-American set there for school, first little business, so on and so forth. All of that as far as markers and trails for this specific property as well without it. If you do remember when we did the original environmental assessment in there, it looks beyond 1 mile, 2 mile radiuses. It looks for cemeteries, possibilities of historic structures, possibilities of cemeteries on that property. They go back and they look at aerial photographies all the way back and they trace it back into time and any kind of written standard for this specific property. All of that was submitted into the state. They basically had no effect finding for this particular project on this particular property. Again, if you recall, the city, you purchased more land than was actually necessarily required for the size of treatment plant that you're putting in there to make sure that all the buffer zones are going to be within the property itself. They're not going to be outwardly facing to any of the neighboring properties. So that's one of the reasons the city also purchased the tract. And again, you guys went through a pretty extensive look through lots of different potentials on this. The location of the plan, as we discussed previously, is based on the drainage. That's where all of water goes. That's where gravity goes. Essentially, you put your treatment plants down at the bottom of where gravity takes the water. So this particular location is within y'all CCN. It's within your service territory. Right now, your most critical feature is Elm Creek Lift Station because about 2/3 of the flow of the city goes to that lift station, and then you pump it up over a hill in order to get it to the existing plant. So this new plant would take away that. It's a high-risk situation that you currently have. This particular wastewater treatment plant has been discussed for at least the last decade, if not 15 years, in this general location in between that drainage divide to pick up that part of the city of Elgin as it develops towards the west, towards Manor. Just as a rebrief, y'all's CCN actually extends into Manor. Parts of their city limits are actually within y'all's service territory for sewer, just to give you an idea of how far west the city of Elgin's service territory goes.
Any other questions? And Manor has nothing to do with it, right?
No, sir.
Any questions? You have that look on your face.
I was gonna say, I think everybody is kind of perplexed
Yeah,
on
we're
the public comment regarding,
That's why I asked him to
Yes.
explain that that had been
Yeah.
looked at, so that everybody would know that. It wasn't overlooked.
Well, we've gone above and beyond, and everything we've got, there was no findings.
Correct.
Everybody has agreed with it, and we still have stuff to go through.
Per the state right now, there's no effect finding for this particular project on this particular property.
I think that's my thing of, per the state right now. As the person that just came and spoke on this item, obviously is newly aware to this, unfortunately, although it has been discussed. She obviously has some findings. So how sure are we if she brings something?
I cannot recall if this was the exact person that submitted, but the city did provide a detailed response stating every single state agency, all the records and everything that had been done based on any of the questions asked at that point in time. The city is bound. You can't not do something that does not go through the state, through their review and through their permitting as far as that. Y'all's permit is open for public comment currently as well. So that's a comment period. The state takes in those comments. But as far as the historical value, that's kind of set by the state of Texas. You're required to go through that process because it's public funds being used. You guys have cleared that as far as this particular project on the property. As far as discharge, nuisance, all of those things, those are all design parameters per the state that they enforce and that they ensure that it's designed to that effect. The best I could tell you is I know that the city's discharge limits, when you guys went into this particular plant, you guys are going to one of the hardest effluent discharges to meet, and that is what y'all's goal is ultimately for this discharge for this plant. And ultimately, that's because that's what your existing plant is. That is generally dictated by LCRA, because whatever you discharge will be open waters and will eventually travel down into LCRA's governed territory. And they want to make sure that the water that they're picking off and then ultimately reselling back as part of their operations, it meets all that criteria.
I think my issue is that we're about to take some territory next to people who don't have a voice in any of this because they can't vote, and potentially put them at risk if something should happen, and I don't think that that's fair. I can't do that to them.
I think my concern is making sure, I get the state has came back, question, are we allowed to just hold off on this till the next council meeting?
Well, this one is only to annex it, it's not to do anything on it.
I get that. I mean, I get that, it's to annex it.
Yeah, ultimately, it would be council's decision. You guys are, as you know, you're contractually committed.
Right.
You guys own the property at this point in time to move forward. Yes, you could potentially, tonight is an annexation. It's
Right.
not awarding a contract to a contractor to move forward with building anything at this point in time. But as long as it is in the, not in city limits, you'll be submitting to Travis County for approvals on everything for that particular design.
So if we hold off a month, two weeks to a month to make a decision, we're not hurting anything right now.
No, and
okay.
as long as, unless you want Michael to let people know that the whole project is on pause, which would probably, some of the people funding and money
No, I
going
don't-
into it would cause for pause.
I'm not prepared to go there yet, but that
Right.
speaks to my second question. If we were to put the project on hold or pause and say, find somewhere else, how long would that process take? And would it affect everything else we have planned?
So you would have to sell that property, essentially, first, in order to afford to buy additional property. So however long that would take. You've already collected all of the funds. You would have to reimburse all of those funds until you find a different property, and you would basically have to try to do it for the same cost per acre that you just did, because you have set that precedent. Any difference in that, probably the city would have to uptake that difference in cost. I would take a lot of that just under with it, but from a timing standpoint, it took the better part of 6 months to 9 months to get to where you guys were. I can't predict the future on growth, but I don't know if you have that kind of time in order to meet right now today, if things were to stay as status quo.
So this is just the annex?
Yes.
Today you are voting on annexation and zoning of the property. So by bringing it in, you would annex it in and you would zone it as industrial, as opposed to annexing it in and it being single-family residential.
And again, we're the property owners,
Correct, the city owns the property outright.
so
Right,
makes,
somebody sold the property to us.
Someone sold the
a
property
private-
to the
There
city.
was no eminent domain.
No,
so
no eminent domain.
that doesn't change the fact, any of the facts on the ground by it being annexed
No,
the way it reads today.
correct.
Okay.
So it can also be de-annexed.
If the city so chose
I'm
to
just saying.
de-annex it, yes.
Right. I'm putting all the options on the table, in other words, by saying if there could be not a movement forward, but also there could be a movement forward without losing anything, because
Right.
let's just say that what Bo is saying, we're firm on that, and we come back December 2nd, let's just say, and yeah, we will end up moving forward if we've caused some sort of alarm or some skittishness out there for whatever reason, then that might have been, I'm not going to say unnecessary, but especially because we can undo this part of the process. I think what Bo's saying, and I think it's very true, is that if this were being that we're selecting contractors to go and turn dirt or something that serious, but I don't think you're saying anything by just annexing at this point without saying anything any different, because you can come to the next qualified meeting with all proper notices going out to change that and start scaling back. The bigger piece, there are other bigger pieces that you could be doing that would truly say something different, but this annexation, I don't think binds you to anything substantial.
Yeah, I would say staff would just need to know from council what you're looking for at the end of the day. To speak on your point, all proper notices did go out, it did go through public hearing, P and Z heard it. This is the recommendation from P and Z
Right.
coming forth.
And that's what I'm saying, we'll have to restart that process
If you table it, yes, notification process is generally plus or minus it's 20 days. So it wouldn't be until most likely after the new year before you guys could hear this again.
I mean, I'm fine.
Just laying that out there for you guys.
So
I think,
It's us getting land, is what I'm,
Well,
the
it's
way I'm
our
looking at it.
land,
It's
so
it's
we
our
just need
land, and
to
we're just
annex it.
annexing in and to us. We're
And
not
you
doing
make
anything
whatever
else
decision
right now.
you want to make on that land, that's city-owned property.
Correct, okay.
Make that
So,
decision.
I mean, I'm of the opinion it's our land, we can do what we choose to, as any owner should be able to do as they choose to.
Yes, sir.
But in light of the comments about not having a voice or not being heard, if we have to go back to a notification process, I'm okay with that. That way everybody knows now, or can be notified, so there's no more question about that.
But
Notify
I
them
meant
of
in
what?
voice that
Not
they
sure.
can't vote for you.
Well,
there's a
no.
public comment made.
Like I said, notifications per law all went out to the
Right.
surrounding
No.
property owners. So if there was something council ended up directing staff to do differently or public whatever case would council decide to do. But I just want to be clear, notifications did go out. Speakers came to P and Z.
Correct.
And then now it's coming to council. As you know, P and Z can only make recommendations.
How many notifications went out?
Everybody within the 200-foot proper boundary of it, so all the properties around there. I don't know the number of people, I want to say 4 properties showed up at P and Z total. I think there were a couple of speakers that were on the same property.
so I kind of want to go above and beyond. And annexing is not the deal, but to go and talk to them, even though they got the letters and notifications, I like to try to meet with them so that they can understand the process. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I think we
Not a
also,
problem.
out there in the rural community, you
Yeah.
have to widen that scope, because 200 feet, that's not
Yeah.
gonna touch a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I mean,
So there's been.
not to get too
yeah.
technical,
So
but
this would be
now
the
we're changing,
annexation.
now we're changing
yeah, the-
ordinances about how we notify. So
Yeah.
then I'm just gonna throw,
So
Something else?
annexation notices was the 200 feet.
yeah.
The actual project is a much
Right.
they've all
Right.
been notified as part of the project as a whole. Everyone within that general area has gotten a notification, certified letter. So the annexation portion, yes, but it's run concurrently with the project notification that's coming out from TCEQ in the state of Texas about a treatment plant being there. This is the permit, this is the design, these are the parameters. All of them in that surrounding area have all been notified about that from that standpoint. So just, I want to be clear on when we're talking about notifications. Notifications for the annexation went per state requirements. Notifications of the project that it's going to be a treatment plant, that actually came out from the state. And so a lot of the speakers, when they came to the P and Z, it was because of that notification from the state. It was beyond those surrounding properties. So definitely 2 different notification processes, but for sure, notifications have gone out.
That helps.
I still want to have a conversation.
I just want to make
Just
sure
so-
everybody knew
yeah,
clear,
yeah,
like
right,
Joy was saying,
right.
make sure what was being done from a notification standpoint.
So, Bo, what happens if this land is not annexed?
So if it's not annexed, you would ultimately you would submit into Travis County for approval of your wastewater treatment plant.
Don't want to go.
Yeah.
That's not what we want to do.
They would have the rights, because you're only within the ETJ of the city. Those properties have already been brought into the city's ETJ. But since you do not have an interlocal agreement, Travis County would get to dictate how your treatment plant is designed, built.
And do they have that authority in terms of nuisance and zoning and all of that?
No, they would be looking at straight upon their ordinances, as it relates to how those do. And in some cases, y'all's standards are much higher, I would say, than theirs, but they're gonna dictate, you would have to have their sign-off approval before you could. Similar, they could potentially come out there and shut the city down from y'all's plan.
I don't want to derail this, but I'd like to first annex it and then take us our next in-depth step.
Was that a motion?
That's a motion.
Okay. Okay, so it's been motioned to annex, and then we'll go further later on
Okay,
with communication to them
yes.
specifically.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay. And we'll begin with Councilmember Swain.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, no.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Okay, motion carries. And I would like to follow through. We'll get with you on
We'll
that too.
decide what council, how you want to approach that, if it's a meeting or something like that.
Okay, thank you. All right, number 4, an ordinance assigning newly annexed properties to City Council Ward Area Number 2, providing for a severability clause and providing an effective date, providing a savings clause, and repealing conflicting ordinances and resolutions. Bo.
So as council is familiar, whenever you annex a new property, you have to assign it to a ward. This particular property will have 0 voting residents on it. But it, as far as territory layout, it aligns with Ward 2. You're welcome.
I'd make a motion to get this done. I don't think anybody's close to that but two, right?
Nobody's gonna be on it. It's gonna be wastewater.
Okay, so Swain has made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
My love, we'll begin with Councilmember Swain.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Okay, number 5 is an ordinance amending Chapter 42 zoning Division 4, single-family duplex, 0 lot line to 2-family dwelling district, Section 46303, area regulations, side yard, revised code of ordinances, City of Elgin, Texas, 2013, and providing for a savings clause and repealing conflicting ordinances or resolutions.
Yes, if we have the map. This is a particular one before P&Z. It is some existing lots, and you'll also notice the alleyways. Those alleyways have already been given over to the property owner from the city some time ago. But it's in a general area when the city did its zoning across the areas there that it had been put into the industrial district. As you can see around it, you do have residential R2 right adjacent across the street. A lot of the tracts of the property are very small, so when you're talking about industrial type development, not a singular type project, because that's not what P&Z recommends or to you guys, is what that particular property lends itself to is probably industrial of very small size. So garage shops, those types of things for those types of property there. Developer, the owner of the property came in and is requesting an annexation to R2. It is contiguous, being that you have R2 immediately adjacent across the street and in the surrounding area, so it didn't fall under the spot zoning. P&Z, in looking at that particular area from a development standpoint, did not see that it would be adversely affect any of the other properties around it or for what it would become in that particular area. They recommended approval to make the change to R2 from industrial.
Wanted to ask you about the alleyways.
Say again?
Since you have an owner that owns all the
Check.
property
Move
around
up
it.
to the mic.
Since you have an owner that owns all the property around the alleyways, they can make the alleyways away?
So the alleyways have already been presided from the city to that property owner. That was done a few years ago.
I'll make a
Nothing's
motion.
been submitted yet, right? Nothing's been submitted for plans?
No, not on the specifics of the actual development. And again, P&Z is pretty stringent on not trying to associate a project with a piece of property. As you recall, zoning lasts with the property itself. It's not contingent on a particular property. That would have to be a PDD, a planned development district, where you attach a very specific property to the zoning, project to the zoning. But in this case, it's not.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
It's been moved in second, and we'll begin with Councilmember Kaznowski.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes. Number 6 is an ordinance amending the official zoning map of the city of Elgin, Texas, adopted in Chapter 46, Section 46.3, Revised Code of Ordinances, City of Elgin, Texas, 2023, and making the amendment a part of said zoning to wit, rezone land from the general industrial district to R2 single family and duplex dwelling located on parcels of land known by Bastrop County Appraisal District as parcel 8701906 and parcel 8701923, Elgin City, Block 21, alleyways through lots 4 through 9 on the southeast corner of East First and MLK Boulevard, being described in Exhibit A attached hereto and providing for savings clause and repealing conflicting ordinances. I know, right? It's a mouthful.
And that's the one that we just went through.
Oh, is that the one we
right there,
just,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's the one. That's
I'm
the one.
sorry. I'm
No,
It's
sorry.
the next one where it's,
Yeah, we're skipping a step, but that, yeah, let's do that one.
this one.
Yeah. So you wanna, how you wanna do this? You wanna call this one up?
I thought we just
We
voted
voted on
on
the
it.
zoning change, the
Good,
one shooter,
good.
yes.
Oh, okay, so I am
That
on
one
number
passed.
6.
Yeah.
So you're on the one, yes, the one
Oh,
that's
okay.
talking about changing the ordinance code.
Okay, I
Perfect.
thought I was wrong. Okay.
My bad.
They all
Um,
start sounding.
So I talked to a few of you, council. The actual ordinance that this falls under was actually changed years ago. There was a typo that went in and it got printed into the Muni Code. And just because there hadn't been any developments that fell within this, it is just gone, and then it got brought to the staff's attention here just recently. Essentially, we have been adhering to this across the board because there's another place in the ordinances that calls this out. This is really just to make it correct with what council originally approved years ago and to update Muni Code. Unfortunately, when you update Muni Code, it's usually 6 months after the fact that it actually shows up and is updated, so council will pass an ordinance. Staff is, keeping up with it on the paper copy side within staff, but then generally, if nothing is coming up, there's not usually a check. So we've put in some checks and balances with that, so in the future that when we do change an ordinance, as soon as it comes out on Muni Code, we're making sure that we're going back and double checking. But this was done, previous director, and it was literally just a typo. And so this is just making it official, bringing it back before council to fix this discrepancy that we currently have in the code.
Any questions? Just need to fix the typo. Do I have a
I'll
motion?
make a motion.
And I'll second.
It's been motioned and second, and we'll begin with Council Member Kaznowski.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes. All right, number 7, resolution of City Council of the City of Elgin, Texas, as canvassing authority, canvassing the election returns and declaring results of the City of Elgin special election held on November 4th, finding and determining that the meeting at which this resolution was passed was noticed and is open to the public as required in law. You want to come in? Right over there and tell them what's going on. Sorry.
Okay, so this is a resolution canvassing. Mayor is going to read off our results, and then I will need a motion and a second vote on the resolution to approve those results. So, Mayor, take it
And
away.
this is long, 'cause remember, we had 14 amendments, and I have to read them all. So a special election was held on the 4th day of November 2025 for the purpose of voting on amendments of the Elgin City Charter. There were 14 total amendments to the Elgin City Charter that were considered by the voters. The amendments of the Elgin City Charter is said election received the following votes. Proposition A, out of 732 votes, here are the results. Bastrop County Precinct 1, 4022-1. Bastrop County Precinct 4024-25. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 275 votes. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 312 votes. Travis County Precinct 145, 119 votes. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Against, out of a total of 242 votes, Bastrop County Precinct 40220. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 10. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 80. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 103. Travis County Precinct 145, 49. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. That was Proposition A, hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition B, 754 votes were casted. Precincts as follows: Bastrop County Precinct 40220. Bastrop County Precinct 42421. Bastrop County Precinct 425 286. Bastrop County Precinct 426 324. Travis County Precinct 145 123. Travis County Precinct 146 0. Travis County Precinct 490 0. Those against, votes 224 votes. Bastrop County Precinct 422 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424 15. Bastrop County Precinct 425 70. Bastrop County Precinct 4026 95. Travis County Precinct 145 44. Travis County Precinct 146 0. Travis County Precinct 490 0. Proposition B is hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Let me grab some water, hold on. Proposition C, 888 votes counted, these are for. In Bastrop County 422 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424 36. Bastrop County Precinct 425 323. Bastrop County Precinct 4026 379. Travis County Precinct 145 150. Travis County Precinct 146 0. Travis County Precinct 490 0. Those against, out of 97 votes, Bastrop County Precinct 4022.
0 votes for that one.
Okay, Bastrop County 424-1. Bastrop County Precinct 425-32. Bastrop County 426-46. Travis County Precinct 145-18. Travis County Precinct 146-0. Travis County Precinct 490-0. Proposition C is hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition D, with 665 votes counted, casted for. Bastrop County Precinct 422-0. Bastrop County Precinct 424-26. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 239. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 290. Travis County Precinct 145, 110. Travis County 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Those against, out of 313 votes, Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 10. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 118. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 129. Travis County Precinct 145, 56. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition D hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition E, 334 votes casted for it is Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 8. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 129. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 147. Travis County Precinct 145, 50. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Those against, casting 652 votes. Bastrop County 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 28. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 228. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 279. Travis County Precinct 145, 117. Travis County 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition E is hereby declared not adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition 8, with the votes 898 cast for, Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 34. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 331. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 389. Travis County Precinct 145, 144. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Those against, 89 votes casted. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 1. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 25. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 39. Travis County Precinct 145, 24. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition F hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition G, 714 votes for. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 27. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 275. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 298. Travis County Precinct 145, 114. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Those against voted 272. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 10. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 81. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 128. Travis County Precinct 145, 53. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition G, declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition H, 903 votes casted for. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 34. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 330. Bastrop Precinct County 426, 389. Travis County Precinct 145, 150. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Against, 88 votes. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 3. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 29. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 38. Travis County Precinct 145, 18. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition H hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition I, 931 votes cast. Bastrop County, 4. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 31. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 338. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 404. Travis County Precinct 145, 158. Travis County Precinct 146. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Against, 60 votes. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 5. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 22. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 23. Travis County Precinct 145, 10. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition I hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition J, 699 votes for. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 28. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 273. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 286. Travis County Precinct 145, 112. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Against, 284 votes. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 9. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 86. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 134. Travis County Precinct 145, 55. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition J hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition K, 790 votes casted for. Bastrop County Precinct 40220. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 28. Bastrop County Precinct 4025, 297. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 333. Travis County Precinct 145, 132. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. 166 votes counted against. Bastrop County Precinct 4002. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 8. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 52. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 74. Travis County Precinct 145, 32. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition K hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition L, 682 votes cast for. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 31. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 233. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 290. Travis County Precinct 145, 128. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. 301 votes against. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 4. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 127. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 132. Travis County Precinct 145, 38. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition L hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition M, 634 votes casted for. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 28. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 227. Bastrop County 426, 261. Travis County Precinct 145, 118. Travis County Precinct 446, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. 350 votes casted against. Bastrop County Precinct 4022, 0. Travis County Precinct 24, 8. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 132. Bastrop County Precinct 4026, 164. Travis County Precinct 145, 46. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. Proposition M is hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. Proposition N, 690 votes voted for. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 4024, 29. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 243. Bastrop County 426, 295. Travis County Precinct 145, 123. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490, 0. 295 votes cast against. Bastrop County Precinct 422, 0. Bastrop County Precinct 424, 7. Bastrop County Precinct 425, 116. Bastrop County Precinct 426, 130. Travis County Precinct 145, 42. Travis County Precinct 146, 0. Travis County Precinct 490. Proposition N hereby declared adopted by the voters of the city of Elgin. And that is our propositions.
Thank you, Mayor.
And do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. We move to the second. We'll begin with Councilmember St. Pierre.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
Okay. So the next one, number 8, is the resolution of the City Council of the City of Elgin, Texas, ordering the amendments to the city charter adopted by the voters be adopted. All those are read. Is that approved?
So moved.
So moved. Okay.
Second.
Oh, no. I don't want to read all of those again. Okay, it's been moved by Gibson and second by Love, and we'll begin with Councilmember Gibson.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
All right, number 9, a resolution for the City of Elgin, Texas, casting its votes for the Bastrop County Central Appraisal District Board of Directors, making findings of fact and providing related matters. Where'd she go? Yep. Sorry.
Okay, so the city council nominated Justin Besner and David Red. I think it was at one of the September meetings for the Bastrop County Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. Those are the only 2 people that received nominations tonight. This is just a resolution for you to cast your votes if you would like to put your votes towards both of those people.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved by Swain and second by Gibson, and we'll begin with Councilmember Swain.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Okay, number 10, resolution for the City of Elgin, Texas, authorizing city staff to advertise and send requests and qualifications for a utility rate study and making certain findings related thereto.
Evening, council, again. The rate study is something that was discussed during the budget process, and staff took that information and went forward and developed a RFQ to send out to any firm that would like to conduct this rate study for us. We met several different folks at the TML conference. Whether they're going to submit or not or be interested, it's kind of up to them. We're in a position to advertise this on the state comptroller's website and get folks from all over the state to participate. The details of the RFQ are here listed in your packet, and it's the statement, the introduction, scope of services, deliverables, and anticipated timelines, which we're going to try to push on and be fairly quick with those, the qualifications, and then how to submit this RFQ. It's very standard to any other type of bid that we would get statewide for any of our utility projects or road construction projects. It's very standard as far as the RFQ is concerned. But we're here for a recommendation to approve this rate study, RFQ for the rate study. Once we select a qualified firm, we'll bring that that cost and also that firm back to the council for approval at that time.
Well, we'll bring you, just much like on the December, you're going to see the recommended firm for the comp study. We'll bring you back a recommended firm after the selection process that we'll internalize. And then from that point, then we'll go through the function of negotiating rate or a price proposal with them. But at this point, we'd like to put this out on the street as soon as possible, which we anticipate to be tomorrow or the next day. And so we can start issuing it out, putting on the comptroller site, putting on all TML, TCMA, every site that we can think of, and so we can get submissions back by the 21st of January. I'm going to see if we can squeeze that anticipated award from 3/24, move that back a month. I don't think we need all the way to March. We can do that in February, and so that we can shave this back about a month, because I think we're being a little too lax in this. We can actually get cracking faster than these timelines. But what I will say is we want to put on the street by the 19th, as stated, and then so we can have the submissions due back January 23rd. And from that point, we can bring it back to you with some good results. Just like the comp plan, we got 16 back, and we expect the same or better with this utility rate study. We got a lot of interest, so just got to get cracking. We need your approval to put it on the street, please.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and second, and we will begin with Councilmember Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, yes.
McShane, yes.
Kaznowski, yes.
Gibson, yes.
Swain, yes.
Love, yes.
St. Pierre, yes.
All right, we will go into executive session. City Council, we'll go into executive session according to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code to discuss any matter as specifically listed on the agenda and/or as permitted by Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code. First one is Section 1551.072, Texas Government Code, real property, deliberation regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, sale, or value of real property, and/or the potential real estate acquisitions, depositions, and incentives. Number two, Section 551.074, Texas Government Code, personnel matters, deliberation regarding the interim manager's performance, progress, assignments, and duties during the initial 30 days of employment. Section 551.071, Texas Government Code, consultation with attorney, consultation with the city attorney regarding legal issues and agreements related to Trietta and Lund Farms, including but not limited to contract terms, obligations, and potential revisions. Number four, Section 551.071, Texas Government Code, consultation with attorney, consultation with city attorney regarding the prior city manager severance agreement and related legal considerations. It is 8:06 and we are adjourned into executive session. It is 9:31, and we're reconvening into our regular council meeting session. There are no action to take from executive session, and any other announcements, or 9:32, and we are adjourned.